This week on ETalk, we have a guest who's infamous on Twitter. Lindsay shows us how to keep warm and keep up with the trends, and Grace is going to break down Elon's anonymous social media account. All that and more coming up on ETalk. Everyone, welcome to ETalk. I'm Ashley McGettrick. I'm here with Grace Baldridge as usual, but our guest hosts for today are Virginia Kelly and Michelle Leibel. Now, Michelle, it's your first time on the show, and actually yesterday we were on your show, so we're kind of, playing set swap a little bit, I guess, show swap. So how you doing?
I'm good. I'm
good.
Awesome.
We're very excited to have you. We're
Yes,
going to talk to you a little bit later about you and some of your social media habits. Yes, definitely. But before we do anything, we do have to talk about the hottest headlines going on right now. I'm going to start off on a positive note today. So this month, a teacher named, I have the name. His name is David Robinson, and what he did was he bet his students in his class that if they brought in 45 pounds of candy for their trick-or-treat event, that he would dye his hair and his beard and his eyebrows pink. And they did, in fact, bring in not 45, but 46 pounds of candy. So he does, in fact, have a pink beard, eyebrows, hair, everything. Now, my question to you guys is, what professor do you want to see with pink hair?
Paget.
Richard Landsberg.
I have no, yeah.
But that's not fair.
He doesn't have
No.
hair.
He doesn't have any hair.
He'd have to grow away.
He could grow a beard.
Yeah.
Do something. I think the key to this
pink
story
goatee.
is the eyebrows. He really went the extra mile.
Oh, wait,
for
I have to
that.
think
That's a whole
about,
new
you know
level.
what? I lied. I would like to retract my Paget answer and say Professor Scooby.
Nice eyebrows.
Because,
Wonderful eyebrows.
I mean,
Luscious.
I actually get lost in his eyes so much that the eyebrows I don't even register. But no, he has a lot of hair.
He has some good locks.
Or Doug Cass has a nice head of hair and it's white. So
Stacey Salt?
Yeah, Stacey Salt.
That's what I think. Yeah, but I just thought it was a good story that was in the headlines, and not that I probably donate the candy, probably wouldn't dye my hair pink. Although that's a lie.
might go for a
In
streak.
8th grade,
Yeah.
I had a pink streak.
Yeah, I did
I
the
thought I
same.
was cool.
I like
it was for breast cancer. The money
Right.
went there, but it was also for me because I thought I looked
It
cool.
was stylish.
I did.
I did that
Fun,
freshman
non-permanent
year,
way.
so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Have one right now.
We're trendy. We're all so trendy. Pushing
Yeah,
boundaries.
listen, we tried, but no pink hair anymore. Not on ETalk, but yeah. Now
Not on my campus.
he might have dyed his hair pink, but someone else is in the media for doing a little bit of dyeing to something else.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Michelle,
Okay.
take it away.
Well, actually, I don't think she dyed her skin. That
Right,
was just
that-
a little
Too far,
extreme. But Julianne Hough actually dressed up for Halloween with blackface on when she dressed up as Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black, which is
A good show.
Right.
great show, awesome
Quality
show. She dressed up with a group of friends, so but the pictures on BuzzFeed were like, oh, Julianne Hough thought this was okay, and she did the hair like the Crazy Eyes, like the
Right.
almost like Miley Cyrus's hair during the VMAs, but it was weird because it wasn't actually like black. It was almost like really dark tan, and it was
Kinda like
like
a bad spray
sparkly.
tan.
I think maybe
Yeah.
she thought she could get away with it. Like, no one will know that this is offensive.
It's
if
nighttime.
Yeah, it's nighttime. It
Yeah.
looked terrible. And there are absolutely better ways to. I mean, she didn't need to change her skin tone
No,
for this
everyone
costume to
would
be
have
effective.
known.
Everyone would have known who she was. People have dressed up as different races and ethnicities all the time without being offensive. My friend went as Beyonce last year, Single Ladies, and everybody knew who she was.
Right.
It was a step that didn't need to be taken for sure.
Right, it definitely
Yeah.
was taken to the next level and was like way too far. I think if someone who watches the show by the hair and by just how her eyes were, you can completely tell like who she was being.
Crazy.
She
No,
was
I have to
eyes.
say, yeah.
She looked scary.
No, but a lot of times girls like to dress like cute on Halloween.
Right.
Like their costume may be comical, but it's also cute. She just looked scared.
Right.
She really did. She just looked like
I don't think I feel like the girls that dress
the
up to be like cute
sparkle.
on
It was
Halloween,
very strange.
they're
was
like
just-
looking for like male attention. Julianne Hough, she has that.
She's kind of got it
She
already.
got it. She's good. She's
being
set.
photographed at
She
the
could be like
beach.
SpongeBob, and she still have a boyfriend the next day. Like it's
Well,
fine.
but that boyfriend would still be Ryan Seacrest. So who's really
Hey,
winning?
That's true.
Hey now,
Who is
you
the
watch
real winner
yourself,
here?
Grace.
Hey,
I love
he's
me
good.
some Ryan
All right, well,
Seacrest.
speaking of a celebrity that kind of loves to say the same, Taylor Swift is nominated for 8 American Country Music Awards. Huge honor. But are you guys kind of sick of her style? Is she
Yes.
too old for this genre that she's going on for?
No.
Really? You love it? I love Taylor
love it.
Swift personally, But it's getting a little old, a little angsty teenager. Like, I'm not waiting for my Prince Charming anymore.
No, if you really watch the evolution of her albums, though,
Right.
they really did evolve over time. Like, if you look at the kind of overarching themes of her albums, they're while sometimes the lyrics you can argue are a little bit simplistic.
Right.
A little.
But,
Just a little.
but you
Just
know
a little
what?
repetitive.
She is such a successful brand. You
Right.
can't argue with that.
No,
and
not at all.
She didn't exploit herself.
Right.
Maybe she exploited her ex-boyfriends, but
Right.
She's smart. There's no one
she's
saying
a
she's not
business
smart
woman,
about
right.
it, but I'm over Taylor Swift. I was
Right.
kind of over Taylor Swift before Taylor Swift happened, like hipster over Taylor Swift. But I think that I disagree with you on the evolution of her albums because I still think she's just writing about her ex-boyfriend.
she's so talented that she could be like moving up in the world.
Yeah,
but she
I think she knows how to write a song. She knows how to write a
Yeah.
catchy song for sure. Ashley is saying that there's an evolution. I'm going to be a creationist. And I think that if you believe in evolution, I believe that this is all created. And they're like, oh, this works. Let's just keep
Keep
on
it going.
doing
Because
it.
she is
Until
successful.
You haven't had an
Somebody-
ex-boyfriend in a while.
why
Should you
fix it
work
if
on
it's
that?
not
Boyfriend.
broken? You know, she's doing.
You know what is broken? Her heart, though.
Oh.
So
She can
Well,
never really
on
be
the
married.
wounds there,
Yeah.
Michelle, okay.
Well, changing things entirely from Taylor Swift, Chris Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Brown has checked himself into rehab for 3 months for anger management. This is following a nightclub brawl. I was shocked. A nightclub brawl where he punched a man because the man was like, hey, Chris, and he was like, what? And then just like punched him. We don't actually really know the full details, but I'm assuming that he has that short of a fuse
Right.
at this stage in the game. I mean, how often have we heard about this? Is this coming too soon, too late? Like, what do you guys think about Chris Brown finally doing something with his anger?
Okay, it's 3 months. That's definitely not enough time for him to be getting back on track. He's had so many of these incidences. Like, shouldn't he be in jail by
Every
now?
time he's on the show, it's Chris Brown did this, Chris
Yeah,
Brown did
he's
that,
not.
something bad.
He's not changing his image like supposedly he's trying to do. He's really just. This is a good start,
Yeah.
but I'm curious to see if it's actually going to work. I'm doubtful.
I think maybe he's sort of going the Kanye route here because,
kinda
like,
cool.
recently Kanye punched that camera, the
Right.
paparazzi camera, just for like that guy being like, "Hey, Kanye," he's like, "Look, man, say my name one more time, please." And so I think maybe he's just like, okay, well, Kanye did that, and then he released like Yeezus, and everyone is
Yeah.
bowing down to him. So like, it's Chris Brown's turn. It's Chris Brown's
how-
Yeezus, Breezus.
Maybe when he's in rehab, he's going to like work on a new album.
I don't understand if he thinks he's trying to look like a big man. I mean, because what is he? He's getting in a fight with Frank Ocean over a parking
Right,
spot. I mean,
yeah.
he's out, like some fan was outside a club and he just punches him in the face. Kanye, he goes big. You know, Kanye talks about Michelle Obama and Barack Obama and like how he's a bigger fashion icon. He goes for like the big fish.
Right.
And then Chris Brown is like, are you at my show? I'm going to punch you. Like,
Right.
it doesn't make any
Are you a
sense.
fan of
Or
mine?
if he, on
Yeah.
the other hand, like he could just be like playing like the grandpa route already, because like when you're old, you can do like whatever you
Right.
want.
We expect it from him, so he's like, might as
Yeah.
well.
He
You
peaked
know?
a little young, so yeah, maybe he's there.
I hope that he gets the help that he needs, and I hope that he changes his act around because I think that he's talented, and it's unfortunate that we're wasting such a talent on rehab. Everybody's in rehab.
Yeah.
I'm putting a Chris Brown band on the show.
Right,
For
yes,
you.
no more
I'm
Chris
sick
Brown.
of Chris Brown.
I know he was planning on coming on here, so it's
Awkward.
Canceled.
next time.
Well, I'm sick of Chris Brown, but I am not sick of Michelle. And when we come back, we're going to talk about her famous Twitter account. So don't go away. Stay. Right there. Stay.
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay. Wow. That is so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi. God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
I know, 2 seconds. Hang on, just stand still. Stand still. One second. Go, go, go. Boys, hang on, boys.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. and that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. We are here with Michelle, a senior at Elon, who is a media arts and entertainment major with a concentration in cinema. We are going to start off by asking you about your internship because we heard that you were doing something pretty cool this summer.
I was in Los Angeles this summer. I was interning for the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, which is a late night.
A late show.
A late
night
On
show, yes.
what network?
On CBS.
Which is kind of a big deal.
It was really cool.
So how did you land that?
Well, this is just gonna sound like I'm like bragging.
Yeah, no, brag.
okay,
This is
so-
it's a block about you.
Yeah.
Come on, brag.
Okay. Well, not this past summer, but the summer before, I actually was a production assistant for The Walking Dead season 3 in Atlanta. So with that on my resume, I think I was better equipped for people to like look at my resume.
Yeah, that was my starting job too. Yeah,
Oh,
production
but did you
assistant
just-
on The Walking
I'm surprised I
Dead. It's
didn't see you
fine.
there.
Did you just apply kind of cold turkey, or like did you find the listing online, or did you have a connection? Because I know Elon is so big on these the Elon network.
Actually, my mom used to be a producer for television commercials and movies.
It's in your blood.
It is in my blood.
Yes.
My dad's a lawyer. That's, I guess, in my blood too. And she had a connection with the Georgia Film Commission. I was actually just trying to intern for them, and I called and asked if they needed an intern, and they said that they weren't busy enough. So then they told me they could circulate my resume for me, and it like got to The Walking Dead, and they just sort of called me. I don't know. I was really lucky.
I don't know how I feel about like Walking Dead coming up on my phone and calling me. You know, that could go in a lot of different directions.
Usually they emailed me and it was like, get here at 7:30 in the morning.
I'm talking about real zombies.
Oh, zombies. Okay.
I was like, Walking Dead to call me on the phone.
Well, actually, there's like one of my jobs was to go into extras holding and like make sure everyone was doing okay. So I saw all the zombies, and it like ruins it for you when you see like a zombie like taking a smoking break or like on their cell phone, and you're like, you can't do that. Like they just walk outside.
Zombies have cell phones. Did you see the Sprint commercial?
I did, but
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that guy clearly highly evolved.
So back to Craig Ferguson, because as you know, an aspiring stand-up comic, this is incredible. Like this is a huge gig, and I know that you've done stand-up as well. So what did you like? What were some of your takeaways from working with Craig Ferguson?
He's a really private person, so I didn't actually like talk to him that much. I brought him coffee a lot. He like probably thinks he's.
Did he say thank you?
Yeah.
That's
Every
great.
time.
He's a polite guy.
He would always say thank you. He's Scottish. That's something that he is. I actually had more interactions with the guy that voices the robot.
Oh, right.
Josh Thompson. He's a stand-up comic as well, and he was very, very funny. Basically just told me to like keep writing things all the time, and he also told me that stand-up comics have a certain amount of self-loathing, otherwise you can't be one.
No idea what you're talking about.
Now, you talk a little bit about that you wrote at this internship.
Oh, I didn't wwrite for the show.
Oh, that you keep writing your stand-ups and things like that.
Yeah.
That was the advice you gave. But the reason I bring up writing is because you write for something else on social media.
Oh, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
And it
is
rhymes
with
gossip.
Blossom plural.
Can you tell us a little bit about your social media?
I am Gossip Squirrel, not a real squirrel.
Bum, bum, bum.
I don't know if that's the music I would have chosen for that. Not Darth Vader, but yeah, it's something I started like 2 years ago with a few friends. Tina Tazi, Gabby Leibowitz. We were sitting in like Mosley in Octagon before Octagon.
Oh, back in the day.
Disappeared, and we were like, wouldn't it be funny if like there was a Twitter called Gossip Squirrel, and everyone was like, no, but we did it anyway. We started out just kind of like tweeting like things that we saw on campus, like people doing stupid things, which is my favorite thing.
Yep.
And then I would get lazy sometimes. I'd make things up for my bed. A lot of them were about me. I wore a lion hat once around campus, and I think I tweeted something about like some girl walking around with a lion hat, like she's Luna Lovegood or something. And all my friends were like,
saw that
all my
tweet.
friends were like, she made fun of you. Because none of them knew. And I was like,
that comes from the self-deprecation that you talked about with the stand-up comedian stuff, right?
Yeah, sure. I was like, I mean, I'm sure she had her reasons. I was wearing a hat with a lion on it. So yeah.
So was it a big deal when they found out that it was you? Was it like the Hannah Montana reveal?
I try to never compare myself to Miley Cyrus in any way, but I think
that's good.
Probably good life
I think
plan.
it was mostly like my friends were surprised that I hadn't told them because, as one person put it, I really thought you wouldn't be able to keep something like that a secret because you like to brag, and I was like, all right, thank you.
Well, I'm glad that we could have you on to brag a little bit. You are totally entitled. You have a very interesting life. I find you an interesting person. Thanks for coming on. All right, Michelle, thank you again for telling us a little bit about yourself and your experience. I am excited to have you help me out later in the show when we break down Elon's anonymous social media accounts because it's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
Up next, Virginia has fashion expert Lindsay showing us some warm fall trends.
So what you want to do is, have you already enrolled? You're doing fine.
What did that just do?
Select the drop-down menu again. 50%, you're already enrolled. Example here, so don't panic. You're ready to make your payment. Submit. There it is.
Oh my God! I really can't believe it.
That's awesome. Good for you.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
All right. I know this isn't any fun to talk about, but we should. Okay. So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And I'll try to get the generator going without any gas.
Oh, let's not forget the cell phones, which probably won't work.
Right.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
Well, I think we couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Welcome back. I'm here with Lindsay, who works in retail. I don't know about you guys, but when November hits, there's just so many options. Lindsay, can you help us sort through all those options?
Sure. We have 3 different sweater trends to share with you today. Okay. First off, we have the graphic sweater. Kind of like the classic graphic tee, but in sweater form. So you don't want a graphic that is a little bit, like graphics can tend to get tacky.
Right,
you don't
like
want
I Love
something,
Boys.
right, you don't want I Love Boys, you don't want like Hot Chick. I tend to go for silhouettes, like maybe a silhouette of Audrey Hepburn or a silhouette of Barbie, like that could be cute. You can pair it with a scarf so it doesn't look too over the top.
Oh, I like that. That's a good idea.
The second idea we have is the cropped sweater.
Ooh.
Crop tops are really big.
Midriff?
No midriff.
Oh, good. Okay.
They're back for the winter. What you can do with crops is layering.
Oh,
Layering really shows that you know style, you know fashion, so crops can really be something for the fashionista out there.
Ooh, okay.
And last but not least, we have the embellished sweater
Ooh,
or
okay.
cardigan. You can do it with a little bit of rhinestones on the shoulders.
Right, so you
want
to get too much
You don't want to
rhinestone?
really accessorize.
When's a
with
good time
these.
to wear this? Like if you're going out?
See, if you're going shopping, or even if you're meeting a boyfriend's parents for the first time, and you want to look cute but still classy.
And not too over the top.
Yes,
Yeah.
an embellished sweater or cardigan is the way to go.
Oh, thank you so much for informing us on all these trends. When we come back, we'll put what we've learned into practice. Stay with us.
No, that's dumb. That's dumb. Look, he's blushing. Seriously.
Welcome back. Lindsay is now going to show us how to put it all together. So Lindsay?
Okay, so what we have here right now is I'm here with Emily, and we're both actually modeling trends that we didn't touch on yet. So first we're gonna start with Emily. Emily has on, she's doing a little bit of the layers here. You can wear this to class. Striped sweaters are a classic.
Yes, definitely a
Paired
classic.
with a solid scarf, it is the perfect look for going to class.
I love that.
Emily, how do you feel in this outfit?
I love this outfit. I always feel very comfortable. I don't feel too dressed up, but I still feel, you know, represented enough that I can go to class and give a presentation.
Even for a casual dinner, I feel like that would be definitely appropriate.
Yeah. And she looks very polished, very put together, but still casual.
Right.
Now, for me, if you're going out maybe on the weekend and it's a little cold and you want to dress up a little bit and you want to use a sweater, a great look is the skirt and sweater combo.
Oh, I love
So what I have on right now is an open cable stitch sweater with a bodycon mini.
Oh, okay.
And what I love about this outfit is that it really accentuates my legs.
Right.
I tend to have short legs.
Yep.
So skirts that are above the knee are perfect.
Okay, that's good
Paired
to
with
know
the
for me.
cardigan. I still look cozy, still look comfy, but I can go out in this.
That is perfect. And you have little heels. You can even put tights if it's
I
really
have my
cold.
platform wedges on. You could do tights.
Right.
If you have a
Scarf.
solid, if you have a solid skirt and maybe a printed sweater, what you can do is add some printed tights for more visual interest.
Right, that's cool. I noticed long skirts too are a little bit in with sweaters.
Long skirts are in right now with sweaters. That can tend to look a little sloppy.
Okay.
So what I suggest doing with a longer skirt is I love a high-low skirt with an east-west neckline sweater.
Oh wow, okay.
That would look real. I think that looks really
that
cute.
would look really pretty.
Kind of bohemian.
Right.
So you get
Whatever
that kind
your style
of
is.
vibe. So we all love shopping, but where are the best places we can go to find sweaters this season? So actually, I'm going to name a few places around the area we can shop at. Alamance Crossing, American Eagle. All sweaters are on sale. All marked down, $10 off at least. Some are marked down a little bit more.
Oh, wow.
And then if you're looking to shop online a little bit, Forever 21 is the place to go for graphic sweaters.
Oh, good.
Even cheap cardigans you can find on Forever 21, $15.
They always have
and up.
great deals at Forever 21.
do.
It's so nice just to, you know,
The problem
get
with
something.
Forever 21 is the quality.
Right.
So you want to make sure that
maybe it's a 4-year, just a college sweater.
Yeah, just a college sweater. And then if you're really ambitious and you want to go to Tanger Outlets to look around for maybe some nicer sweaters, J. Crew Factory is doing 30% off new arrivals right now.
Ooh, that's a big
So
sale.
that includes sweaters.
And we get a student discount there. So
You got my
jacket
at Tanger.
Oh,
and
very
it looks
nice.
super cute.
Yeah, I got the
so
discount.
those are definitely some places you can check out if you're looking to spruce up your sweater collection. They're all over.
That was awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lindsay and Emily. I've definitely learned a lot. Don't go anywhere because when we come back, Michelle and Grace are breaking down Elon's social media. Stay tuned.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs, just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
I've come up with a family emergency plan.
What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
Me too. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
The newest trend here at Elon is honesty. Yes, students are confessing their most brutally honest thoughts left and right, but fortunately for them, this trend doesn't require a priest or even a conscience. All you need are your thumbs and a general disregard for class and or the English language. I'm speaking, of course, of the anonymous Twitter account, Elon Confessions. Here, students can let the apple of their eye know that they want to bang that apple without the shame of having to pick it off a tree in person. I mean, who does stuff in person, right? I would much rather host this show from my room, but I digress. Elon Confessions allows men and women folk to anonymously confess their heart's desire. Here, Brian can tell Shannon that she can get it, a notion so romantic, so romantic. Shannon is sure to feel special for weeks to come. Or, more likely, one of Shannon's friends felt that Shannon was being neglected and chose to show how much she likes Shannon in an anonymous way.
Makes sense.
Makes sense because I personally have never received an Elon confession or have been offered it before. That being said, I am open to new things and I love a mystery, so if someone could please let me know what it is, I would love to receive it. I'm assuming this is a present of sorts, and my birthday is coming up, so if there ever was a better time for it, it would be now.
So I think that we really need to inform people how to write the proper Elon confession. I kind of went into this at our comedy show last Thursday, but here is how to craft the perfect Elon confession.
Step one.
Step one. So first, you need to select the person, the object of your
Let's say
affection.
Shannon.
Shannon. Wonderful. Love
Why not?
her.
Shannon.
Oh, Shannon. So Shannon, I might have seen Shannon at Acorn yesterday.
Yep.
So that would be, if I were forming this, sorry, gotta.
Just spitball. Just go with it.
Gotta go with it. Shannon, saw you at Acorn, 10/29, hashtag, nope, not hashtag yet.
Not
Sorry,
yet.
that's a big mistake people make sometimes. Saw you at Acorn, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, plus you ordered flatbread, that's my jam. Hashtag, any day, anytime, hashtag find me.
Or hashtag dime piece.
Dime piece is a big one. I think that it's really interesting though, people say find me all the time, they don't say how. So if you really want to show your affection for someone and you decide that like you really want that person to find you or not to find you, still say find me. Somehow they will, I'm sure. So yeah, I mean that's really, do you have, any kind of confession you'd like to make?
I would just like to say if following this segment there is an Elon Confessions about me, don't find me.
Don't want to be found.
I will be hiding, and if you do find me, it will probably be in my room, and I wear weird pajamas, so don't.
I also wear weird pajamas.
Yeah, it would be fun. Don't find me.
A lot of nightgowns from my dad. So yeah, that actually wasn't a joke. I really do wear long flannel, whatever. So now that we've taught you how to craft the perfect Elon confession,
which we
get
have.
to it. Yeah, we definitely have. There certainly aren't enough people posting. Sometimes I see other tweets in my newsfeed, God forbid. Everyone on this campus is always complaining about being single, so clearly not enough people have hashtag found each other. Oh, Ratio, how real you are.
So real.
Yeah. So once you find that special someone who you want to meet up with, but don't actually want to meet up with, remember the hashtags. Hashtag find me, hashtag get it. Dime piece. Good luck. Godspeed.
This is ETalk. Thank you all for joining us today. Don't forget to find us on social media.
But mostly me. Find me. Hashtag find me.
For all the latest updates, until next time,
this is ETalk.
Awkward.